Here are some red flags to know if your interview went south. If you think it went badly, look out for these things. So the first thing you want to look out for is indifference. Difficult to spot, but something that you will see over the course of the interview. There's no smiling, there's no engaging with you, neither here nor there. They're not happy, they're not sad, they're not mad, just indifferent. Kind of one of the worst things that someone can feel about you. What about eye contact? Now I know that eye contact is not 100% there are different places where eye contact can be considered rude, but if they never look at you and they're HR and they're interviewing their hiring manager, that's a little bit off and that's a bit strange. Of course, you need to make eye contact, but make sure you're not staring. What about their non-committal? So you don't really get a clear answer to your question. Maybe they're just skipping over your question altogether. And you need to ask some closed-ended questions and some open-ended questions to get them talking. And if they're always avoiding your questions, it may be an indication that it's not going well. Some people do not like delivering bad news, and they don't want to tell you in the interview that you're not doing well or they're not interested right there and there. They'll wait to give you a follow-up email, those kinds of things. They don't want to give feedback, negative feedback right away. So it could be that as well too. What about they just do not answer your question at all? Not just being non-committal, but they just skip right over it. What about someone who is focusing only on the negative in your interview? They never focus on the positive, so they're focusing on your weaknesses. That might be an indication it's not going well. So a couple things you can do. If you try to bring it back online, you want to bring it back before the end of the interview, you want to make sure you're reiterating your interest if you're still interested and making sure there's clarification, that they understand what you've said. So maybe it's a misunderstanding. So do that before the end of the interview to make sure that you're understood. If after the interview you realize I should have said this, I should have said that, it's your chance now to follow up and reiterate your interest if you're still interested. Look for those red flags, try and bring it back online, and maybe this is just not the job for you, but if you're really interested, you want to bring it back on track. I'm Dawn Williams, I can do this on LinkedIn. Happy selling.